This recording is intended to provide an overview of our quality management solution, QMS, for Acumatica. Rather than start with a review of the benefits of QMS or the setup and related details, let us look at the solution from an operation aspect. This recording will include features from our core testing and recall module, as well as from our inspection and checklist and nonconformance NC and corrective and preventive action CAPA offerings. Let us start with the benefits of QMS and control the items that are purchased. Let us do a receipt for some orange juice and release it. This is the first area where QMS offers control, as the user needs to generate an inspection order. What's an inspection order? Let's take a look. The operating procedure is the person doing the receiving needs to document that the truck was clean and to record the temperature of the truck to be sure it is in range. Now that we have indicated the truck was clean and the temperature is in range, we have now fulfilled that standard operating procedure requirement, and we can unload the truck and move the material into our warehouse. We do this by doing a release. This is the second place where QMS inserts itself. The user could see that the item requires QC testing. Also, while the item is normally stored in a bin location R1S2, as it needs to be tested, we will move it into a quarantine location. Using controls offered at the location level, you can prevent these items from being sold, used, as well as how the items are viewed in terms of being available and how they're used in MRP calculations. Lastly, you see that we have created a QC order, a transaction that will document the product testing that needs to be done. The QC team can be alerted in a number of ways. In this case, let us change hats, move to the QC dashboard, where we can see we have a QC order that needs to be processed because of the receipt of the orange juice. Let us drill into the order. The top part of the screen is a header that provides details regarding the order. The receiving document number, the vendor, the item number, the testing plan we will use, as well as the sampling plan and other related details. The bottom of the screen is where we need to enter in QC data that's required. In this case, I need to enter in the level for citric acid. I am going to fail this test. I will denote the color was orange, which is the result we are looking for. Lastly, I will indicate the sample was sealed. You just saw we have three different types of tests: numeric, alphanumeric, and Boolean. You will also have a complete log of who did what when. Now that the results have been entered, we need to evaluate them. Based upon the ALQ, acceptable quality level rules, related to this test plan, this QC order fails. The last step of the process is to post the transaction. Why do we need to post? When the item was received, it was moved into a quarantine location. Now we need to move it out of the quarantine location and place in a location where it will be further processed. In this case, since it failed, I will move it to a reject location. If it passed, I would have moved it into its normal stocking location. Since this failed, you see we created a nonconformance record workflow that QC will use to document details related to the failure. Let's take a quick look at the nonconformance transaction. You can see all the details related to the nonconformance, the vendor, item, lot code, the test that failed. And this is the transaction where you will be able to document the root cause analysis, the actions taken, as well as then have a complete history of what was done. An NC can, as needed, create a corrective and preventive action workflow. To stay focused on the testing aspect of QMS, let us look at the setup of orange juice to see how you controlled what we just saw. On the Quality Control tab, we see that we indicated this item is quality controlled. You see the testing plan for this item and the details regarding the test that we perform. You also see the result criteria, which is related to ALQ, that is used to evaluate the test results, as well as the sampling plan that we used. Here we see 5 areas where you can know when an item was tested: when it was received, When it's shipped, when it's produced ad hoc, we just need to test it, or if it was created, manufactured using the kit assembly process. The sixth place you could do testing is when an item is being produced. For that, let us move to Bill Materials and look at an exhaust system we manufacture. You see at Operation 10, QC testing is required, the plan that will be used, as well as the tests that need to be performed. Now, let us create a production order. I'm going to make one exhaust and release the order. We are done with Operation 10, so now we can do the move transaction. The system lets us know that before we could start the next operation, we need to perform tests that were noted in the routing. Let us put our QC hat on, move back to our QC dashboard, where we can see there's an in-process inspection that needs to be done. It's the same type of QC order screen you saw before, so I'm just going to enter results, evaluate, and post. We will now inform the lead that the item has passed inspection and they can continue. And as you see, the system will allow the move to be done. Let us stay with the same order, as now we have just performed Operation 20, the final operation. When we do this move, QC again takes control, much like it did when we received our orange juice. A QC order is created and an item is moved to a QC location. I will drill directly into the QC order. I will enter my test results and evaluate. I will then post the transaction, which will move the item into the location from which it could be sold or used. Another major area of QC is shipping. Let's enter a sales order. Now let's create a shipment. We see we have an item that needs to be QC'd. We go to confirm the shipment, and the system tells us we cannot proceed until a QC test is done. We will now create the QC order to inform QC that they need to test the product before it's shipped. We see a QC order and could drill into it and process it as we have other QC orders. Rather than drill into it and process it like we have other QC orders, I would like to respect your time, as I hope you saw a powerful QMS system operate within the context of an ERP system. Take time to review other recordings that drill into more details, or give your partner or myself a call. Thank you for listening to this recording. Have a great and safe day.